Good morning or afternoon or good evening. Welcome to Coffee Convo Wednesday. This is Coffee Convo Wednesday for Wednesday, August 21st, 2019 episode. I had to look, 173. I cannot believe it's been 173 episodes. I have a special guest with me today. Yay! This is Emile from Emile Enchanted, and I'm going to tell you all about her in just a quick second. But my name is Cindy. We're going to be here for about 15 or 20 minutes. Normally, we talk about three things, and then I'm going to give you something fun at the end. We are going to talk about three things, but we are focusing on all things the Disney Parks Mom Panel today. Mom Panel, which I'm going to keep messing up.
Okay.
So that is why Emile is here. Just a little bit about me. I grew up in California. Now I live in Orlando, Florida. I grew up very down the street. That doesn't make sense. Down the street, very close to Disneyland. And now we are less than 30 minutes from Walt Disney World Resort. And we love Orlando so much. I'm a family of 5. My mama Jane lives with us, and then my husband Eric, and we have 2 daughters who are 14 and 6. So we'll be here for about 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, because I kind of have a feeling we're going to be like...
Possibly.
But first and foremost, tell me what you're drinking right now, because Emile was so sweet. She brought us coffee. Cheers! And mine may have some whipped cream in the top. Fancy.
Oh, hello.
Okay, let's get started. Tell me what you're drinking below, and if you would, go ahead and share this post. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click subscribe. Okay, I'm so excited to have you on.
I'm so excited to be here.
So Emile has been a part of the Disney Parks Mom Panel. She was on the panel for 2 years, but like me, I don't really know anything about this panel, and so that's why I wanted to have you on to tell all of us, like, what is it? And I also heard you have a chance to be on it because applications are going to be opening up. So let's start with, what is it?
Okay, so Disney Parks Moms Panel is basically an online forum. It's a place online, officially Disney, that you can go and ask questions. You can get a personalized answer from, theoretically, a Disney nerd like myself. So the panel is composed, it's called the Moms Panel, but it's moms, dads, grandparents, people that are just super Disney fans that visit frequently. And it's not just Disney World. We have panelists that represent Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and Disney Vacation Club, which is the Disney timeshare option. So tons of people with tons of experience. You know, we have people that might have kids with special needs, or people that have massive families. Like, how do you make that work when you visit Disney? So these are the types of questions that we love to answer because we've been there, done that. You know, we can give you that hands-on experience from us visiting our happy place, basically. And so, like Cindy said, applications do open soon. So this is the way for you. So if you're that go-to person that your friend, you just get that like pixie dust in your ear, you hear people talking about Disney and you're just like, oh, I want to help them plan, right? We know
Right,
these people, I'm that person.
Yes.
And so if you're that person, then the Moms Panel is for you. Momspanelsearch.com, or if you just search Disney Parks Moms Panel, you can find the link. September 5th. I just want to get all those little nuggets there because I don't want to forget. Those are like the important things. So September 5th, search opens, but go ahead and look up all the information about it. Like, you know, learn a little bit more about what it is that we do, who can apply, who can't apply, because there are some regulations of people that cannot. And that's all detailed out there. So that's kind of a nutshell.
Is it just for moms?
No, so again, moms, dads, like, are you a Disney fanatic? Do you visit often? I think
so like
that's
an aunt
really the key.
or a grandma?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, we have grandmas. We totally have grandmas, and we love you if you're watching our Moms Panel. Grandmas, I love you. And that's what's cool too, like for me personally, it's been like this amazing experience for all the obvious reasons, but also because when you get on the panel, it's like a family. Like a lot of the panelists, especially the people that came in the same year that I did, we are insanely tight. We've actually planned like vacations together. We did Disneyland.
What?
We did Dapper Day in April.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
It was unbelievable. So like there's just way much, like so much pixie dust that goes into this whole thing. So that's why I love it.
How many are there of you on the panel, say, per year, like each year?
It depends. So some years they've picked up to 20. And so my year they picked 12. So there is like a pool of people like myself where we have served in the past and now we're considered alums. But each year they actually pick brand new panelists, which is what the search is open for. And so these are the folks that go through the application process. And when selected, you know, they get to go on this magical training trip, and there's just all this extra pixie dust that happens when you're picked.
So do you get paid? Because I've had people ask me that before. I'm like, I don't know when to. Emil's on the show, and she'll tell you.
So it's not a paid position. It's not.
But you get flown.
We get benefits. We get like pixie dust and amazing things. Like you said, we get flown to. So when you get selected, there is an incredibly magical training trip. So they all expenses paid. Fly you in to Walt Disney World, and you get to experience, obviously you get to find out more about what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Because it is, you know, it's a position, it's a thing that you do. But you get to have fun with the new people in your class, and just, oh my goodness, it's so much fun.
So then how do the people, like, are they going to the website? So say I have a question. Say I have a child who is on the spectrum and has autism.
Yes.
And I have a question about my child. So where are they going to ask you that question?
So multiple ways to find us. DisneyParksMomsChannel.com will pull up the website, or if you're on the Disney Parks page. So if you were to Google Disney World and you go to the page, if you go to help, we are one of the options. So under help, you'll see Mom's Panel. So you click on Mom's Panel, and you can either search for the topic that you're looking for, because we've answered, I don't know the number, but goodness, like hundreds of thousands of questions. It's many, many, many. And if you don't find the answer, then you can definitely just ask it directly on the site. And then one of the moms, dads, or panelists in general, if it's something that we have personal experience with, we'll be able to give you that hands-on experience answer for you.
So then, did you have a specific category that you were an expert in? What
yes,
were you? Like
that's a good question. So I was Walt Disney World because I've been to Disneyland a handful of times. I still haven't cruised. I know.
Cruising
We're
is
trying
my
to want to.
favorite.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and our cruise moms are incredible. So if you're a first-time cruiser, like seriously, I've been planning, dreaming a trip, and they're my go-to people. Like I go to them because they're so knowledgeable. So for me, it was Walt Disney World, and I speak Spanish. I'm from Puerto Rico, and so that was kind of my specialty. I like it. So yeah, it was Walt Disney World and Spanish. So that's another cool thing. So we have panelists that can answer. Check this out. So English, Spanish, Portuguese. And French.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have French? Because that is je parle français un peu. Only
I have nothing, but not that. But we have panelists, and so each Mom's Channel page has an option where you can change it to one of those options.
That's great.
How cool is that?
That's amazing, because there are so many. I know this from living here in Orlando. Just for 2 years, last week or the week before, it was 2 years. I have learned that there are just so many people from all across the world that come to visit Walt Disney World Resort.
Oh my gosh.
Which is amazing. So that's great to have that, to be able to get online and say, okay, I need to ask questions in my native tongue. Like, that's awesome.
That, but so like guests that are coming from Brazil, how does that even work? You know, what is the airport, and what do I need to do, and how do I get from the airport to the parks? Like stuff like that maybe I didn't experience because I used to drive down here. Before I lived in Orlando, I used to drive down because it was close enough. I couldn't tell you, but there's a mom that can, so that's the beauty of the panel. Yeah.
So tell me about like one of the perks. Okay, so obviously getting an all-expense trip to Walt Disney World Resort is pretty amazing in itself, but you said that there were like other perks. Like, what are you getting to do that we'd be like, that's amazing?
And this is one of those things. So officially, you get the training trip for yourself, for the panelists. So the panelist gets to go on this mega magical pixie dusted adventure. I think it's like 5 or 6 days. Again, read the website to see the specifics. But like I said, all expenses paid. In my class, we had like 3 Canadian panelists and 1 from Brazil. They were all flown in, put up the whole nine, incredible. But really, the reward for being on the panel is an all expenses amazing vacation for your family.
What? So in addition to you, your whole family gets to go.
Not to the training trip, but after you serve, and again, I just want to make sure, because things can change, but just make sure you read the fine print. Yeah. There is a reward, and it is a trip. and it's for your family to go to Disney World. And it's like, we're talking the Mac Daddy resorts. Like, my family got to stay at the Polynesian.
I have never stayed at the Polynesian. I want to stay there so badly. I've had breakfast at Ohana's. My youngest daughter, her kindergarten class, we went there a couple months ago. It was like an end of school year thing, and that was the first time I walked in. I'm like,
cool is that?
why have I never stayed here before?
The Poly is probably our ultimate favorite. The Contemporary.
The Contemporary, I think, was one of the first Disney resorts that we stayed in when we lived in Atlanta. Actually, and it's such a special place for me because we got that resort. I could get so emotional telling you. We chose that resort because my dad was just not doing well at the time, and it was the last family vacation that we took when he was still alive, and he passed away a couple years later. But we chose that resort because it was the closest to Magic Kingdom. Yeah. And then he was able to just take the monorail when he got too tired during the day and would just go back.
Zip back, and it is.
So that resort is super special.
That was actually my very first Disney. My grandmother took my sister and I, and we stayed in like theme park view. And I remember I was like 5 or 6 years old, and it's just seriously. So one of those, yes. Okay. So again, park tickets, resort stay, etc. Like an incredible vacation. Like the things that I probably wouldn't have done with my family because it was such a splurge. You get to do, and that's the reward for being. So there's the perks, and then there's other special things. Like for me, I was able to do some really cool videos for the panel that I geeked out. Like, to say that you filmed something in front of Magic Kingdom, are you kidding me? Like, I was there grinning like the biggest idiot.
So,
it was so much fun.
I have to ask you, because last month I was at a Disney social media conference here in Orlando. And so I'm in this conference and I'm taking notes and I'm learning about social media. And then I look up and I'm like, I know that girl. So, quick sidebar. I work with Emil's sister, Copelia. So, I'm on the radio at Z88.3 here in Orlando, and her sister is on the radio right after me.
Yes.
So, I had seen pictures of Emil before because on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden,
social buddies.
Yeah. So, all of a sudden, you're up there, and I'm like, wait, I know her. We're Instagram friends. What is she doing up on the screen? And like you were in a commercial or something.
Yeah. But it was all mom's panel. It was like, they reach out and they're like, hey, we have this opportunity. Would you be interested? There's no obligation. Like if, for example, there's people that might not be comfortable on camera and they still get to do fun stuff. But for me, my background is entertainment. So I'm like, you want me to do what at Magic Kingdom? Yes. I am there.
Oh my goodness.
So I just got the opportunity, and it, like, seriously, it was such a roller coaster. And if you're like me, so for me, Disney nerd, as you can relate,
yes,
I started a little blog for fun. And this is before I knew anything about the panel. I got targeted by an ad because I searched so much Disney stuff, and I was always talking like Big Brother or whatever.
Yes,
I'm kidding.
I know that though too, because I'm like, how'd you know I was looking at that Mickey Mouse
Are you listening? What's happening? No, but so I was glad because it worked out for me. I'm not mad at that. It's on Facebook, thumbs up. But I got an ad, Disney Parks Moms Center apply now, and I'm just like, click, what is this? So
you didn't even know what it was.
I had no idea. I had no idea. But the reason I say that is because, there's actually stuff out there if you want to learn more about the process after the fact, after I got picked. And I'm kind of glad I didn't know, because there's a lot of people that are super excited about this, because they should be. It's an amazing thing. But there's Facebook groups for Moms Panel hopefuls.
Okay.
That if you want that community, if you want that banter and that excitement, and let me tell you, it's like from this side. So I ended up finding those groups after the fact, and joining them, even though which was so fun, because there's a bunch of panelists that came from those groups, so that's super cool, because they give each other tips and whatever. But so getting to see that from this side and cheering each other on, like the camaraderie. Oh my gosh, girl, I thought I totally silenced it.
It's okay, but seeing the community, and I know that because my a friend of mine, Lindsay, who is in Atlanta. You know her, Lindsay. She's redheaded baby mama.
Oh my gosh, she's in my class.
Yes, so she was on with her. So I adore Lindsay, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she's on the Disney Parks Mom. Yeah, that is so funny. Like
she got to Lindsay as well is one of those that's like a personality type person. She got some opportunities and killed her videos as well. And oh my gosh, I'm so proud. See, this is the family part. It's like, oh, that's my sissy. I love her.
So if you know a lot about Disney, okay, so then like, what's the process? So say like I'm me. And I don't know anything about Disney, but like, I think I love it. I love it so much. I could do this. Okay, wait, I gotta learn. But okay, so that's a normal person.
Yes.
Then there is an actual like me who knows like all things Disney, and I can speak Disney and blah, blah, blah. So what's the process? So once you said applications open on September 5th.
Correct.
So you fill out an application, then what happens?
So the application is almost like a preview to what you'll get to do. So the job is 99.5% answering questions for guests.
So online.
Online.
Okay.
So we are talking, so some of my tips for folks that might not know. So grammar. You just, this isn't writing, and it's Disney official, and it's going to get out there. Not to say that we're not human, and I'm sure there's typos, and I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry.
But that seems like a simple one. Like you should probably
You have to be really good about writing. It's a writing gig. One term that I quickly learned with Disney was nomenclature.
That's
you love that word?
That's the only word I ever learned, and I was like what is
nomenclature?
So tell everyone, because now I like try to act smart. I'm like, so is it nomenclature? Is that the right?
No, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm probably saying it wrong. How do you say it?
I say nomenclature.
It's probably right. Go with that.
But I like the way you say it better.
I had to like Google, how do you pronounce this word? I had no idea.
And then you press the sound.
And I still get it wrong.
Oh my goodness.
So that's basically the Disney official way of saying things.
So give an example.
Okay. So for example, for us fans, we've been to Animal Kingdom. It's Disney's Animal Kingdom. You've ridden the safari. It's Kilimanjaro Safaris with an S at the end. Because you go through multiple safaris when you ride.
That is
another example. This is things that I learned like after the fact. No.
I am here for all of this.
I've learned so much from being on the panel because these people that get on the panel are like the uber nerds in the best way possible. I'm just like, tell me more, please. I need to learn. But so things like that. So Disney official. So when you're going through the application, it'll ask you a question that will be similar to something that you would answer when you're on the panel.
Okay.
Do your research, because just like when you're on the panel, you want to make sure you get it right. You want to make sure, like, okay, is this date correct? Is this link that I'm offering correct? Is the name of the restaurant correct? Those are super important because, again, you're representing the brand as a panelist. So you just want to make sure you do that right. You do that pridefully, which we all take pride in it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to look foolish anyway.
Okay, so you filled it out and you're grammatically correct.
Yes.
So then what happens? You turn it in, and then how do you know if you've made it? What's next?
You just hold on really tight for a while, and if I want to say that they send you an email both ways. Like if you make it through to the next round and if you don't. For me, I tried out just the one time and got in, which was so lucky. My goodness, so blessed. Like God knows.
That's great.
It was crazy.
Because how many times is that normal for you?
Yes
to try
and
once?
no. There's a handful of people that have, but then there was a mom in my class too that tried 10 years, you guys.
I thought you were gonna say 10 times.
Well, yeah, because it's
10 years. Yeah. Okay.
So
oh my gosh.
10 times she got in, and she was seriously like two of them. They were both fantastic. So don't give up. Like if you're watching and you know about the panel and you're feeling discouraged because you've tried, try again. Maybe this is your year.
10 times. That's encouraging. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I'm not giving up. Disney.
I'm not. This
you're
is
not getting away from me. We are gonna. And that's going to happen.
If you're passionate about helping people and you know that you can do a good job, just keep trying. Because you never know that they might need you this year.
Right.
So try.
Okay, so then they tell you yes.
So it's a several round process. So
the
first
so not just
round,
like you did good and now you're come on in. How many rounds?
Okay, so again, they might change, but my year. I'm talking my personal experience.
Yes.
So first year, I get the email back, congratulations, you did great. Round 2, more questions to answer because again, that's the gig.
Right.
And then they want to see you on tape. They just want to see what you look like, see what you sound
So
like.
like a video you have to do.
Right, and so it's basically answer a question on video.
Okay.
And so I did that, which hilarious story. Do we have time for like a sidebar?
Girl, just sit back here. We got another one. I'm so into this story.
I'm very like loud and like extra and ridiculous a lot of the time. Can you tell?
No. That's why I totally adore her.
Oh my gosh. But when you watch Disney official stuff, it's what I call the Disney polish look. Like even when you hear about cast members, like there's a thing about nail color, makeup standards. Like it was like the Walt standard, you know? And so when I got on tape, it's not that I wasn't myself, but I wasn't gonna put out there some ridiculousness to scare anybody.
Right.
Because I can be professional.
Right.
But seriously, So my husband is there filming me, and I'm like, Mom's gonna leave me, whatever. And I finish, and my husband cuts the tape, and he's like, okay, you realize that's not really you? And I'm like, hush. This is me Disney polished, okay? And it's basically Disney polished. No, but I mean, it was me. It was bubbly, but it wasn't like, hey, what's up, people? Because that's a little ridiculous. And so you would never see Disney official stuff.
This is why I am not on the Disney polished. Because I'd be like, what's up, Disney
I can give you like the Disney polished training.
I could do like a Disney polished class, like those little, like, what are they called? The etiquette things that you go to.
Right. It wasn't that drastic. My husband thinks it was, but I saw myself, and I had done video in the past, so I just kind of tapped into that.
Yeah.
And you're just delivering a message, and you're being yourself, but like controlled or
right.
I don't know.
Right. So not like so like.
But so then I make it on.
Okay.
Right.
So after the video, then they tell you, okay.
No, yeah. Then there's a phone call.
Oh my goodness.
But
okay.
part of the story, I gotta finish the story because it's fun. So I get on the panel.
Right.
And I show up. And of course, you throw 12 Disney nerds into the parks for free time, and the voice level goes here,
my
and the
goodness.
hands go out, and there's like jolly skipping, and the people, the bosses were like, what just happened? Who is this chick?
Oh my goodness, what has happened here? Like who is she?
The one that we picked?
No. Look at your notes.
Yeah. We need to see that video.
Right. We must have confused her with someone else.
But like again, when it comes down to business,
right.
Like it's business,
yes.
And this is an official role. So just keep that in mind. So third round is phone call.
Okay.
So you get to actually get on a conference call with the people that you'll eventually work with.
Okay.
And it was extremely intimidating, but then you get on the call and it's like, oh wait, this is Disney talk. Like, I think that they asked me, which I totally tanked it because I was a nervous wreck. It's like when you get in that deep, it's like round 3, oh my gosh, I really want this. Like, I don't want to fail. I think they asked me, like, what character I identified most with. And in my head, I heard, because this is how it goes, what's your, like, favorite princess or something? And I'm like, 10-year-old me. Oh, the Little Mermaid. And then, like, after the call, you hang up all the things that you could have, should have said. And I'm like, I just told these people that I want to be like a 16-year-old mermaid that, like, switched her voice for the legs. And it was just, like, horrible. But
somehow it worked out,
though. It worked out.
So you did it for 2 years.
2 years, yes.
Wow. Is that normal? How many years can you do it for?
When you get in, you get a contract for 12 months.
Okay.
And then after your year is up, you can let them know if you enjoyed the process and if you're interested. For the second year on, so once you're like officially a panelist, once that first year is over, you're considered an alum. And so depending on their needs, they will call specific alums back. For example, for me,
love how you say alum.
Is that horrible? Is that Puerto Rican coming out?
Everything you say just sounds so much better when you say it. Like,
oh my gosh, don't get me like this. Sofia Vergara's gonna come out here. Listen, let me tell you something about that Disney parks. That's horrible. I'm not making fun of her.
I love her too. Like every time she talks, I'm like, same thing. Tell me more. That's why I'm like, whatever you want to say.
My accent
does
come out like,
no, I love it.
I fight it.
So you are considered now an alum or alum.
Yes.
So can you ever do it again?
Yeah. So then they send out a message saying, hey, search is open. Are you interested? And then again, depending on, so for me being bilingual and that sort of thing, it's like, is there a need for somebody bilingual to come back and help us with the volume of questions? Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is open. Or no, it opens the 29th.
Opens the 29th. Yes.
And so that's going to bring a slew. So are you a Disney nerd? Star Wars nerd?
Yeah, that's a great point.
We need you. Because see, like, I don't speak Star Wars. My husband does. So I would be picking his brain very often. But that's the kind of, so be thinking that way. So like when Toy Story Land was about to open, there was a lot of moms with younger kids because they knew that that was going to be the attraction that was going to, not that it's only for kids, trust me, like Slinky Dog is my jam, let me tell you.
It is mine too.
And like you have to do it in the day and at night.
Because it's totally two different experiences. It's like being in Pandora. It's totally two different experiences, day and night. Anyway, we digress.
So often.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know what you got, but this coffee is so amazing. It's so good. She brought coffee in it. It's so good. Yay. So I wanted to, so we've told everyone where to go and what it is. So I wanted to do, before we ended the show, like the 2 most asked questions that you get. Because I get emails all of the time because I think y'all think I'm a planning travel agent person.
I bet she's awesome. Yeah.
No, but thank you. I ask questions all the time, but that's because this has been my passion since I was a little girl.
Yes.
My parents took us to Disneyland all of the time.
The
So
nostalgia.
it's
deep.
it's the oh my goodness, that's exactly it. The nostalgia runs deep, and that's what it is. And now being here and getting to share that experience with my little girls, like it makes my heart all full. But I'm sure, having done this for 2 years, you have a couple of questions that you're like, oh my goodness, everyone asks this. So tell me, let's do 2?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what?
I mean, there's questions about everything, but I think one of the ones that drew me to the question, because it was one of those things that I had personal experience with, is how to save. Disney can be... it's a vacation and it's amazing, but you gotta save up for it. I know I have to save up for it. So they offer special offers through the website, and I think those packages are amazing. One of the most popular ones is free dining, but guess what? They also do like room discounts. Do the math, because sometimes a room discount is actually greater than, and so it's little things like that just kind of knowing. Right now Disney has like seasonal, what do you call it? Like pricing? Right. So obviously holidays are going to be higher. Summer is going to be higher. But so when you flip the script, then you can save a little bit if you come in off season. I'm not encouraging anybody some truancy stuff. Like I'm not saying take your kids out of school, but if there's a long weekend or something that you can take, I know, right? I totally took mine. They were little, though, disclaimer.
Yes,
and we were fine. And it was
fine.
It was worth it.
They might not go to Harvard, but they'll be fine. They'll have good memories.
Oh my gosh, we're so mad. So yeah, low season, and also like planning in advance. One thing that I personally still do is if you have a Target Red Card, you can save 5% on Disney gift cards.
Oh.
And so like when I buy my annual passes, I actually buy them with that, and it's like an extra little, so stuff like that you can kind of, every little bit counts.
Yes.
So, but definitely start on the page, come with a budget in mind, because you can kind of see the different tiers of like, where do you want to stay? Where does your family fit? And for saving as well, so I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually bring food in, and there's rules and regulations about what all you can bring in. But like say food allergies or something, or just even to save. So when my family would come trying to be super frugal, we would like bring granola bars for breakfast or whatever. Yes. We would pack a lunch, but we would always kind of still spend a little at the parks, or at least one cool meal while we were there, because Disney dining.
That's part of the
experience. Part of the experience.
So we do the same thing, Abiel, because we have annual passes living here, but like sort of our family agreement, family commitment to each other was, okay, but we're really not ever going to eat at Disney when we go at Walt Disney World. So we will pack peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We'll make them the night before, put it in the freezer, pack a little backpack with like you said, with granola bars or nuts or something healthy. So that even if the girls get hungry and we're standing in line for the Little Mermaid, they'll have some nuts or a granola bar or something. Now, like you said, we will do a special treat, and we'll have a Mickey pretzel or a Dole Whip.
Or like for a birthday.
Right.
If you're celebrating a birthday, go to Chef Mickey.
Yes.
And, oh my goodness, have a ball. Ohana is amazing.
Yes.
Like, we do this, my husband and I, for like date night, like if it's a special anniversary or whatever, or California Grill or stuff like that. Yeah. But if you're trying to save, just browse what is it that your family would adore the most. You have a little girl and she just adores Minnie. There's one place that my little girl loves, Cape May Cafe, and oh my gosh, it's a ball. That one's at Beach Club, Disney's Beach Club Resort. Cape May.
Like learning so much.
Mini, and it's a buffet, and it's delicious, and she's wearing like surfer kind of vibe, and they have a dance party.
Minnie is my favorite. Okay, and then what is the second most asked question that you get?
Okay, second most asked questions is, what can I get for free for my birthday? I am not even kidding.
Really?
Yes!
That's hysterical.
But I get it. Like, I have been to Disney on my birthday, and I'm just like, where's my cupcake?
Is everyone paying attention to me?
But here's what's cool. So you can actually get some freebies for your birthday. The number one thing you need to do as soon as you get there is get a birthday button. Birthday button is free. And cast members, look out for those. Cast members is what Disney calls their employees because you're part of the show. You're part of the cast to make the experience magical. So get you a button. Did you know you can have one of the artists, they have 2 places that I know of where they'll write it like in Disney handwriting and it's magic and it's actually cheap at the ye old Christmas shop. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
In Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
Or outside the parks at Disney Springs at the Christmas store, which I'm nomenclature. What is it?
I say go with both. Nomin or Nomin, whatever.
Anyway, but those 2 stores, they have like someone there to like
the ornaments at the
and it's
Christmas
super
stores.
inexpensive, so that's like a special thing that you can do. Like,
And that's a free souvenir.
yeah, well, the name writing
Well,
really, like
the button is free, but like if you wanted to upgrade, then
and
it's
they'll
not
put,
as
like the
expensive.
age or whatever. So I've done that, and it's super sweet.
Yeah.
And so you'll be eating somewhere, and all of a sudden a cast member, and it's not like that it's gonna happen, but one thing that
Just
will happen is
may
you'll
happen.
get wished happy birthday all day, and it's so sweet. And like Pixie does, Kim and Sue, and often does. But so like for me, I've gotten like cupcakes for my birthday, which is so sweet. It's so special.
I love
You
a
just sit
cupcake.
there and you're just like, I got a cupcake for my birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for that cupcake. Oh, happy birthday to me.
So that's one of the big ones. So definitely get a button. There's not necessarily like a free ticket or something like
Right.
that. But seriously, being at Disney for your birthday and getting wished by everybody, and go like say hi to Mickey, and he'll make it super special and all that good stuff.
The
Yeah.
best. Oh, and you can like get pictures on your birthday in their birthday outfits because Mickey and Minnie have their birthday
And
outfits.
it's the best, and they're together.
so cute.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, before we get out of here, I do
Yes.
want to say congratulations to Vanessa from Florida. This is so great. This is what the blue milk comes in at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And this is what we gave away last week on the show. So Vanessa in Florida, you will be getting your Star Wars Galaxy's Edge goodies. And this week, because Aladdin is about to drop on DVD, I think it's the 10th it comes out on DVD, but it will, the week before, be on digital download. So
I love the remake.
I loved the remake too.
loved it.
This is
I'm
actually my all-time favorite Disney movie. The original Aladdin is my all-time favorite Disney movie. But I always ask on the show, like, what do you guys want me to give away? And you always say, more Disney stuff. So you have a chance to win these really cute Jasmine mini ear headband. I know, they're so pretty, and they're so, I want to check them out up close. They're so sparkly.
Cute.
All you have to do is comment Jasmine, and this just telling you the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Combo Wednesday. So you comment Jasmine, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Now keep in mind, you get a bonus entry. If you're watching on Facebook, you can go over to YouTube and comment Jasmine in the name of the state there, and that's a bonus entry for you. If you're watching on YouTube, then you comment there and come over to Facebook. But the winner is announced on next week's show on Facebook. So comment Jasmine and the name of the state where you watch Coffee Combo Wednesday, and then you may be taking home these beautiful ears. I love them so much.
So fun.
I don't want to stop the show. She's so much fun. I have a million more questions for you. But why don't you go ahead and tell everyone how they can find you?
Yes, so blog EmilEnchanted.com, and the reason Enchanted, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and in Puerto Rico we call it La Isla del Encanto, which means the Isle of Enchantment. So I kind of tied that in. Plus, Enchanted also kind of sounds Disney, so hey, let's make it work.
I love it.
So EmilEnchanted.com for my blog, Emil_Enchanted for Instagram. If you look Facebook for my page, it's Emil Enchanted. And I'm not super active on Twitter, a little bit, but it's basically Emil Crawford, which is my name. Emil_Crawford. So yeah,
we'll put all the links underneath here too, so you can find her. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
That was so much fun. Will you come back and be on the show again?
I would love to.
Okay,
Are you kidding?
All right, follow me on all the socials. Go over to CindySimmons.com. Just click there. It'll link you over to my Z88.3 page where you can listen. If you're in Orlando, 10 to 2 every day Eastern Standard Time. If you're not in Orlando, you can still listen by going to zradio.com, but you can link over to all of my Z stuff by going to CindySimmons.com. You can link over to YouTube, blah, 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 all of that. And as I say every week, spread joy and kindness like Nutella. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget Jasmine and the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Combo Wednesday, and get that bonus entry if you want. Cheers. Thanks for the yummy coffee.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being
so
on.
much fun.
I know, it was so much fun. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
See you real soon. Bye.